Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Ummi Natasha binti Muhammad Usaini, nombor matrik 10 DIP 21F1043. The increasing trend of unclaimed properties of Muslims has become a unresolved issue faced by Muslim community in Islam. There are several factors that can contribute to this phenomenon, which include family dispute, rightful heirs could not be found, and the heirs were not aware of the properties. Besides that, if the distribution of wealth has not been done properly, this might result in family dispute and increase in the number of unsettled or unclaimed properties. Fara'id is an essential part of Islamic Sharia that Muslims believe in order to show their right to the distribution of wealth. When a Muslim dies, the properties of the deceased have to be distributed to the rightful heirs, and the distribution has to be done immediately and according to Fara'id. The properties owned by Muslims are valuable assets that can be used for development and should be utilized for the glories of the Islam. These assets have the potential to generate income for the development of Muslim community in Malaysia. Fara'id is not straightforward and easy to understand concept, especially to those who have no exposure at all about the inheritance system. With numerous number and of rules in different cases to easy Fara'id, it's almost impossible for a layman to remember every single aspect for each case. Definition of Fara'id literally means something which has been fixed or determined. It is called Fara'id because Quran has fixed the share of different heirs in the estate of deceased. Fara'id is that section of the Islamic law that deals with the distribution of the estate of a deceased person among his heirs in accordance with Allah decree in the Holy Quran and according to the hadith or tradition of Messenger of Allah. Fara'id is field related to the distribution of the estate. We need to know with the regards to knowledge of inheritance is because each of us will die and will leave the heirs at least some of the property that was left to be divided and distributed to the beneficiaries. From the dalil of our Quran, Allah enjoins you concerning your children, the male shall have the equal of the portion of two female. If there are more than two female, they shall have the 2/3 of what he has left. And if there is one, she shall have the half. And as for his parent, each of them shall have the 6th of what he has left. If he has a child, but if he has no child, and only his two parents inherit from him, then his mother shall have to the 3rd. But if there has brother, his mother shall have the 6th after the payment of the any because he may have between her of or a debt. You know not whether your parents or your children are nearest to you in belief. This a settled portion ordained by Allah, and Allah all-knowing, all-wise. Then, from the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad SAW said, give the point portion to those entitled to them. Then, whoever remains is for me the nearest man. Fara'id in term language has many meanings. Among them are determining, ensuring, legalizing, and maintaining. According to the Shara, Fara'id is the division of the property of a Muslim who has died and did not leave a will before his death. Then, his estate will distribute to his heirs, such as children, wife, husband, mother, according to Islamic law. The form of property that can be divided in Fara'id are land, building, like house, jewelry like gold, silver, and so on, insurance and cash, whether invest or not, livestock like such as goats, cow, camel, buffalo, and also Fara'id determine the distribution of a deceased property or to hear in portion mentioned in Al-Quran.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Umairah Insyirah binti Nasrul Hakim. My matric number is 10DIB 21F1023. There are three groups of heirs who are entitled to receive and inherit the property left by the deceased. Firstly, DS Ashab al-Furud. Secondly, DS Asabah. And the third one is DS Dawi al-Arham. Ashab al-Furud is an heir whose share has been determined in the Quran, Sunnah and Ijma. Asabah is an undisclosed heir. They have a strong bond with the deceased because they are on the side of the father's bond, while Dawi al-Arham, in terms of terminology, is the heir who has a family or blood relationship with the deceased, other than the heirs of Ashab al-Furud and Asabah, whether male or female. Next, the distribution of Fara'id property. For Zahid's situation, Zahid's mother will get 1/6 of it, his two younger sisters will get 4/6 of it, and Baitul Mal will get 1/6 of it. And for Maryam's situation, her younger brother will get 2/3 of it, and her younger sister will get 1/3 of it. As for Amnan's situation, the adopted child is not entitled or cannot inherit the estate of the adoptive parents due to not having a blood relationship. However, Amnan can still get part of the property belonging to his adoptive parents, but not the inheritance. And the last one is conclusion. Fara'id is a qata'i, which is authenticated rule and cannot be amended or changed according to the tastes of society. It aims to bring justice to all human beings. It is the decree of Allah comprehensive through inheritance verses. In addition, Fara'id also plays a great role in managing the redistribution of wealth after the deceased.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Nur Iliana binti Muhammad Fuzi, nombor pendaftaran 10 DIB 21F1037. Zakat is an obligatory act that every Muslim is required to perform, and it is regarded as one of the pillars of Islam. It is also a part of the property and wealth that Muslims are required to pay annually. Zakat has two meanings, purification and development. The Quran, the Sunnah or Hadith and the agreement of the companions and Muslim scholars all support the compulsory nature of zakat. In Surah At-Tawbah verses 34 until 35, Allah says, believers rejoice, there are many among the priests and anchorites who consume the substance of humanity in falsehood and impede them from Allah's path. When a particular quantity of money known as the nisab is achieved or exceeded, zakat is required. If the amount owed is less than this nisab, zakat is not required. 20 mikal, about 85 grams of pure gold is the nisab or minimum amount of gold and golden currency. 1 mikal with about 4.25 grams. The silver and silver currency nisab is 200 dirhams or approximately 595 grams of pure silver. Muslims have agreed throughout the years that paying zakat on gold and silver as well as other forms of currency is compulsory. The nisab of all other forms of money and currency will be scaled to 85 grams of pure gold. This means that on the day zakat is paid, the nisab of money is the price of 85 grams of 999 type pure gold. In one hadith from Bukhari, Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Whoever is made wealthy but Almighty Allah and does not pay the zakat of his wealth, then on the day of resurrection, his wealth will be made like a bald-headed, poisonous male snake with two black spots over the eyes, and the snake will encircle his neck and bite his cheeks and say, I am your wealth, I am your treasure." Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala tells us in the Quran, those who refuse to pay zakat, they will hoard up gold and silver and spend them not in the way of Allah, announced to them a painful torment Muhammad SAW on the day when it all will be hid in the fire of hell, and their forehead and their flanks and their backs will be branded with it. This is the treasure which you hoarded for yourself. Now taste of what you took hold.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Nur Alimah Sarah binti Muhammad Suhairi. Nombor matrik 10 DIB 21F1031. Types of zakat. Zakat is divided into two categories, which is zakat fitrah and zakat harta. Zakat fitrah. Zakat fitrah is self-zakat that is obligatory for every able-bodied Muslim man and woman with the prescribed condition. The fitrah rate is 1 bush of badat equivalent to 2.70 kilo of rice or its equivalent. This rate is based on the provision of the state religion authorities. The time of paying zakat fitrah is divided into 5. First, when the sun sets as the end of Ramadan until the sunrise of 1 Shawwal. Second, before the Eid prayer. Third, during the month of Ramadan. Fourth, after the Eid prayer until sunset 1 Shawwal. Fifth, the sunset of Shawwal. Zakat harta. Zakat harta is divided into 9 category, which is zakat pendapatan, zakat wang simpanan, zakat KWSP, zakat takaful, qada zakat, zakat perniagaan, zakat pelaburan, zakat emas dan perak dan juga zakat padi.
My name is Nona Suha binti Rohani, number matrik 10DIB 21F1029. Today, I will present about how to calculate agriculture zakat and livestock zakat. So, method of calculating zakat on 2,400 cattle breeding. So, if you have 2,400 cows siap benih farming, Sendian Berhad need to pay zakat such as 48 cows. Next, method of calculating zakat on goats. 100 of goat equal 1 of goats. So, Yabni farming have 5,000 of goats. Yabni farming Sendian Berhad should be issue zakat 850. The last method of calculating zakat on paddy. Rice harvest 20,000 times 120 sen equal 2,400, and then rice harvest minus cost crop 24,000 times 5,000 equal 90,000. So net profit 90,000. The amount of zakat on paddy is 950.
So, for the conclusion, overall the concept of zakat, including the definition, role and type of zakat, has proven how important the institution of zakat in the life in Muslim and in economy of a country. Zakat is the foundation of the Islamic economy to ensure justice and social stability to bridge the income gap between communities. As described above, we can see that with the existence of the zakat collection center can reduce the burden of the people to help those affected by the sources of income. In addition, through the assignment, we can discuss the issue of zakat in Malaysia. There are some people who are still skeptical about the zakat system in Malaysia, where they are not confident in the zakat institution. Therefore, several efforts has been made to strengthen the management of zakat by creating a delegation of authority in the distribution of zakat, appointing officer on a permanent and paid basis, as well as enforcing the specialization of duty in the hope of producing a positive impact of the zakat institution. With systematic management, it can further increase the efficiency in the collection of zakat and attract the community trust in the zakat institution. Indirectly, the collection of zakat can be increased and the distribution can be further expanded. In addition, the government and the authorities also need to play a role in influencing the payment of zakat, for example by enforcing the law, creating tax incentives, and issuing fatwas. Therefore, we as a Muslim must pay zakat because it is our responsibility as a Muslim to help our brother who are not able, and we do not think that the property we have is our entirely. This is because there may be other people right in the process of acquiring the property. In general, zakat worship is intended to purify the property and soul of Muslim and balance the interests of the world and the hereafter. Zakat worship is an Islamic demand that must be implemented. The law of zakat worship is obligatory for every Muslim individual who meets the condition and abandons the demand can be punished as infidel or apostate and the great sins.